Yo, what's good everyone? And we are back finally with some Madden content. I'm here today with my boys CC and Texas. Guys, say what's up.
Yo, what up, what up?
Hello.
We are going to go over and break down all the Madden 18 info for you guys today. There's been a Madden 18 trailer. There is now 3 Madden 18 blogs that just dropped just right now. So we're going to go over all that info. Guys, just like the MLB content, I am going to be going live with as much Madden content as possible. Obviously, I've been in the Madden community a lot longer than I was in the MLB community. I know a little bit more about the game. I know more about football and that kind of stuff. So I'm a little more hyped about doing this. So I decided instead of just doing these streams by myself, I really wanted to bring in the community. So today I invited CC and Texas. I'm sure you guys know who Texas Boy is. CC is a little newer to the YouTube game. Both of their links are down in the description, so make sure you guys go check out their YouTube channels. I'm going to be switching it up, inviting a lot of different YouTubers. As content drops, we're going to go live, we're going to rip packs, we're going to play games, we're going to get everyone's opinions over the years. So if you guys like this idea, you want to see live streams every time new content comes out, hit that like. I'll do my best to bring you guys a stream every time something new drops. But today, we're going to break it down. I'm going to start it off, kick it off to CC. He is our competitive Madden guru. We got Madden NFL gameplay styles. CC, what you think, man?
First off, I'm glad that they finally did break everything out, right? And we've heard about arcade and simulation and competitive all coming, but this gives us a bit better of an idea of what each of them brings. When you read arcade the first time, uh, not to be any bit negative, but it sounds like Madden 17 is arcade mode, right?
Right. So they just kept 17. Right. They're like, we'll keep these settings. We'll make that arcade mode.
Right. It's like if you read everything that it's about, it reads like all of the issues that we have with 17, right? But nonetheless, maybe that's a more fun style for certain people. If there was anyone that enjoyed 17, the simulation mode. Again, this is more of what they're trying to gear towards real NFL stats. And early in the year last year on Twitter, Rex was always trying to compare stats within the game to stats in the NFL and compare. But the problem is it's a video game, and it's not real life. And there should be no comparison because we're also playing on 4-minute quarters versus 12-minute quarters. The game's totally different, and I don't really think simulation mode is anything that a lot of people outside of the CFM community will totally be into. But the competitive mode is what everyone wants to know about, obviously, right, because that's what the mode we're all going to be playing on. If you play MUT, it's on competitive. I assume Draft Champions and Salary Cap will also be on competitive. And this is really what we've all been wanting. The biggest thing for sure is dropped interceptions, hopefully going away. Drop passes going away, bad passes going away. But the one main thing that I really saw that I liked was that only the AI players with a big hitter trait can actually cause a hit stick, right?
The hit stick is going to be back. It's not going to be just hitting the X. From what I'm hearing from all these devs, it's going to be a real hit stick. So I'm excited about that.
Yep, and it's very interesting that that's the way, because I know in a lot of competitive games and a lot of the fluke that people talk about within Madden itself is fumbles. And it's not necessarily when the user hits you, right? If that happens, someone's got good stick and they pop the shit out of you, you can fumble, no problem, right?
Right.
But whenever the computer causes a fumble, you feel cheated, right? And with this, hopefully that doesn't happen as much, right? Uh, Obviously in MUT, this will probably be less important, this little feature, because so many players are going to have the big hitter trait anyway.
Oh, after a few months, the hit power starts stacking with everybody.
It does, and this is definitely something that people are probably going to build their teams around, because you only get to control one defender on defense, and you've got 10 other guys running around like a chicken with their head cut off. And if I can pick someone with a big hitter trait,
Right.
I'm going to, because they are going to help me out tremendously, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, the three game styles are going to be really cool: arcade mode, simulation mode, and competitive mode. I think that, like you're saying, I think simulation mode is going to be the least played mode, in my opinion. Competitive mode is going to be where everyone's talking shit. It's going to be where your head-to-head, your rank battles, your draft champions, and your salary cap is most likely going to come into. I think arcade mode is going to be really fun. YouTube videos, playing maybe wager matches sometimes on arcade mode. Like if you just want to get really crazy with some of these YouTube videos, showing off a new card possibly in arcade mode, just showing those broken tackles and those kind of things might be fun to switch it up a little bit with arcade mode. So I'm excited about those three new styles. The other thing that we definitely saw in the trailer today, and Tex, this is what I want to get your opinion on, was they showed what the first look at the new target passing mechanics. And in the trailer, you got to see a little game footage, what it looks like from the quarterback's perspective, lining up the wide receiver and all that. Tex, what was your opinion on all that? Getting that like new little edge to be able to separate, you know, everyone's trying to get that separation of, you know, from the good players to the average players. Do you think this is going to be the next thing that we bring the stick movement in to separate the top tier guys to the average guys?
It definitely is going to be. I'm over here, while I was watching the trailer breaking it down, and that catch that Edelman made was behind the defender's helmet.
Right.
So, like, he threw a back shoulder throw, which is something that we all been wanting to see in Madden forever. We got all these elite quarterbacks, and I've been on the bandwagon of make these guys kind of play or feel like themselves in real life. And if I get Tom Brady or if I get Aaron Rodgers, the guys that are really good at passing the ball, I need to see some difference in how they throw the ball to these guys, because the NFL, certain quarterbacks can make those throws, and Madden, pretty much everybody can do the same thing. If you play this game long enough, pretty much not much difference between Tom Brady and then a Braun Scott Tolzien. And so, what's up?
I mean, if you look down at the blog and you look, and they're giving you basically the controls here, and I have it up on the screen so everyone can see this. This doesn't look like it's going to be a simple thing. This isn't just, you know, hit a button and, you know, think it's going to be there. This looks like you're basically going to have to lurk on offense with your wide receiver, basically just ghosting where you want the ball to be. And I mean, it looks wild being able to do that.
You know, a lot of different things, a lot of button combination. Even for high passing, you got to even do these things as well. So it's not going to be as simple as it was this year, where you can just pass lead. This one's going to be a little more complex, which will allow you to have more fun if once you master it, be able to throw those back shoulder throws and make the defense, or make the guy you're playing against, rage because he can't defend it.
Exactly, and I mean that's just another thing. Like I can just picture CC right now, 100 back shoulder passes every morning when he gets up with his coffee. You know, just preparing. You know, he just wakes up. He's like, all right, 100 back shoulder passes. And if you can lead your guy like that, I mean, some of the stuff is going to be nasty, especially within the competitive game.
Yeah, I agree. I think two big points about it. One, it's going to be the most exploited thing in the game this year. For sure. It's going to have to be patched.
Oh, yeah.
Guarantee that.
Oh, people are going to be trying to figure out how to break that day one. How to expose it, how to take advantage of it. You know, that's going to be the day one thing. Everyone's going to love it, or everyone's going to hate it instantly.
Right. It's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard to master. And there's going to be a certain technique that is damn near impossible to stop. However, the counter to it, and what sort of reminded me of the vision cone, is it said that the quarterback will be looking at who, quote unquote, is the primary receiver, right?
Right.
And the way with Madden is, and everyone's a creature of habit, everyone's going to be wanting the predetermined read, right? If you've ever watched any sort of Madden gameplay, whether it's a rookie or an elite player, there's always a predetermined read, right?
Of course.
So that's who someone's going to first. So if the quarterback is looking straight at the sideline at, say, the X receiver or something, you're going to know that's over there, so your user is going to have to sort of adjust to that. But you can also change it mid-play. So it does remind me of the sort of vision cone that we used to have a little bit.
Dude, that vision cone back, that was rough. That was rough.
Where you had a very good idea of what's happening and where the pass is going to go. So I think at a much higher level, it's going to be used and exploited, but I think it's also going to be used as a decoy a lot.
Right.
To set your primary target to someone you have no intention of passing to, and then actually not use target passing to hit a different route where you're leading someone's user away.
Gotcha. The thing that I'm most excited about is going to be team play. And they didn't give us much breakdown on much squads or anything. But one of the biggest things that is going to separate a good Mutt Squad team from a bad Mutt Squad team is how they use these new DB wide receiver interactions. With the highlight coverage, the press mechanics, you have a whole new way to be able to practice stutter steps. I was able to play the game when I was at EA Play, and I almost said Vic, but Vic went Tex. You didn't. Oh, Tex, did you go to EA? You went to EA Play. Did you get to play squads there?
No, I did not. I was gonna play. The line was too long, so I just went inside and played Madden inside.
So when you get on the squads and you are the wide receiver, the only thing you're really concerned about is this wide receiver DB interaction. And I felt like I was playing like Street Fighter. Like the way your combos were, and like you were like fighting the DB at the line. It was really cool to be able to see the release mechanics, you know, your stutter step mechanics. You can shift them to the right and basically slap with your right hand. You can slap with your left hand to go inside or outside. It was a really, really cool feature on that. And as you can see right here, they have all the breakdowns and all the controls. I'll pull those up on the screen right there. What do you think about that, guys? I mean, it's not one button. I mean, all these new features seem like they are highly detailed features that are going to require a lot of practice, a lot of, you know, figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And once again, like CC says, I think this is going to be something where people are going to figure out how to expose certain moves, certain things are going to have to be tuned, and that kind of stuff.
So I didn't really care about the button combinations of it. I was just more impressed that strength finally has a meaning in Madden. I read the article. I'm like, yo, strength matters now, because the animation variety would decide by strength rating matchups between players. I'm like, yo, okay, cool, because for the longest time, strength literally did nothing besides just boost overalls.
And now that should definitely, hopefully, make a difference within linemen. Just like in past, where a lot of those guys just use basic linemen. Hopefully, strengthen some of these other things within the new lineman and blocking mechanics. Hopefully, that all adds up to a noticeable difference in a positive way.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. But like with the button mechanics and all the different combinations you got to put in to beat stuff, I think that'll be something that we'll love to see when we actually play the game. But right now, I really can't get charged up about it.
Right,
it's cool, but like I haven't played it, so I don't know how to feel about it.
Right. So I mean, CC has yet to even play the game. You've played 1 or 2 games of regular Madden.
Yeah.
I've played 2 games, I think, maybe 3 games now of squads. So, I mean, none of us are in any circumstance to be able to fully judge how things are going to be. We finally did get some gameplay trailer. Once, just like almost any video game, I never trust video game trailers, like ever. Like, they mean nothing to me. They're meant to sell and hype and do everything like that. It looks beautiful. We know Frostbite is going to be a beautiful engine. That has nothing to do with Madden. It looked great on FIFA. It's looked great on every game it's ever touched. So we know the game is going to look good. It's about how it's going to play. So I really do appreciate everyone. CC, Tex, is there any other final notes or key points or anything else that you would like to go over with just this little bit of news that we have right now? What's your anything? Let's finish with this. From the 3 blogs and the gameplay trailer, what is your biggest positive and negative from the news today? Let's get both of you guys to answer that. CC first.
To me, the biggest positive is I'm thinking strictly gameplay and a competitive style, obviously, because that's what I enjoy playing. and not necessarily the squad stuff. I know squads is going to be fun, but to me, it's that competitive mode is what we wanted, right?
Right.
On paper. I have to preface that because until we try it, who knows? Because every year we are always told, this is the best Madden ever. This is the best Madden ever. And if this is, we're on what, like 28, 29 years of Madden, 28 of those years are lying, right?
Right, exactly.
And for the negatives, I don't really have anything negative about it. You know, it's information. It's great to see, finally. But if I had a negative, I would just say, where's the MUT content?
Where is the MUT content? Exactly. The one thing that I did notice about the competitive thing, and I'm surprised you didn't mention it, and I do want to just maybe touch on this real quick, and I think it's getting passed over. Everyone's excited about the fumbles. Everyone's excited about the hit stick. Everyone's excited about your defensive players not dropping interceptions. They literally said in the article that random events will happen less. So they're trying to make the game as skill-oriented as possible, as user-oriented as possible, as your stick versus the other person's stick as possible. So them taking out the dice rolls as much as possible, them, you know, taking out the injuries, them taking all those just random events that happen in video games when money is on the table now. Is just good to see that they're just taking all that crap out when it really matters.
It is, but there's a lot of people in for a rude awakening if this is all true information.
Oh yeah, Tex.
I'm yeah. That's all I'll say.
Go ahead.
No, I'll say that's all I'll say.
You have some more you want to say? Who you trying to pull the gat out on? Like, what's going on here? Who's the guy? Name him. I want names.
You always got to watch out for CC. He's ready to burn someone down real quick.
Nah. I'm saving lives today.
Gotcha.
Go ahead.
What'd you take away from today, Tex?
Again, I'm back on the strength rating. So strength matters with wide receivers when it comes to winning these matchups with pressing and release, I guess. That's going to be kind of fun to see with linemen. So I'm looking forward to that. Because, again, like we said, for the longest time, these things done nothing. And now they're making a conscious effort to shut us up about bitching about that particular thing.
Right.
And I guess my negative would be, I don't know how I feel about competitive being on MUT. I thought it would just be for ranked mode. So I thought it would be kind of like arcade for everything else, but ranked mode to be competitive. But we'll see how that plays out when the game comes out.
Yeah, I mean, we're just guessing, so we're just kind of like shooting ideas out here. Obviously, we've all just had kind of our own conversations with our own people, that, we might know the information, but we're just trying to feel things out. I mean, I'm all for MUT changing. So it doesn't matter what it is, I just, if things can change. And what I've seen with some menus, it looks like there's ways that you can go in, especially with just playing with your regular team, that you can play with different styles. So I don't think that all MUT is going to be competitive, but, obviously Weekend League is going to be competitive, and those kind of things. But as long as we have options for us to be able to play on a daily basis, I think that's just going to be able to make everyone happy. Don't just make everything one thing. Give us options. I think everyone will be happy.
Right, and I think MUT being on competitive mode is more directed towards whatever Weekend League, whatever the hell they're going to call it.
Right.
Because they need to get the general user used to that setting, or else they're just going to get their ass beat.
Absolutely.
And honestly, they're probably going to get their ass beat anyway. Because the better players are going to obviously hop into that. But
Weekend League is definitely going to be showing the community who's really is good and who really isn't that good. I'm not playing Weekend League, guys. Don't worry.
A lot of games, man. A lot of games. But even with the competitive, I'm looking at it right now, and I don't really see anything about ratings. And
right.
I like ratings in the game, so that's what I'm kind of scared about. I'm like, I want to see these guys who are better than these guys that aren't be able to be utilized a lot more, because it's kind of annoying seeing these salary cap tournaments and everybody's using bronze linemen.
Oh yeah,
and
exactly.
So far, I'm not saying anything about ratings. And that's kind of scaring me right now. But that's why I want everything to probably play on arcade, or maybe even like simulation for a while to see some ratings that actually matter.
Hey, Anything that can be different is, like you said, as long as if they keep on making more ratings matter, they keep on making the stick matter, they add the biggest thing also from the time when I played, you know, the juke looked like it was back, you know, make more movements, make those things matter. That will make these cards feel different. That was almost everybody's complaint last year. Didn't matter who the card was, every card felt the same because you were so limited of what you can do. Hopefully this year we don't have that with all these new mechanics and features and all these different stuff. From what we can tell so far, we're in the right direction, but we'll see how it actually all pans out when the game drops. But I really do appreciate Tex and CC joining me. This was a little just something that we put together. Obviously, when it's, you know, new content and we know what's coming out and the programs and we're ripping packs, it'll be a little bit more smoother when it's actually just in-game content. Here, we're just kind of just speculating, shooting shit. But I wanted to talk Madden. I wanted to get a Madden 18 video up for you guys. I wanted to let everyone know that I am going to be doing the live content streams. But make sure you go down in the description. Check out CC. Check out Tex. Let me know down in the comments who else and any other YouTubers that you maybe want me to invite onto the channel for these little content streams. I really do appreciate everyone. We'll be back tomorrow. Until next time, Scomo out. Yee!
I hate you.